Dr. Zethkara adjusted the neural interface headset with 6 of her delicate appendages, her crystalline eyes gleaming with scientific curiosity. As the Galactic Confederation's leading xenopsychologist, she had studied the minds of over 300 sentient species. Each brain pattern told a story of evolution, survival, and adaptation. Today, she would finally scan a human brain. The human subject, designated as Specimen 47 Alpha, sat calmly in the containment chamber. The creature called itself Marcus, and had volunteered for the procedure with an enthusiasm that puzzled the research team. Most species approached neural scanning with appropriate caution, understanding the invasive nature of having one's thoughts temporarily exposed. This human seemed almost eager. Beginning preliminary scan, Zethkara announced to her assistant Dr. Vorth, whose purple tentacles twitched nervously behind the safety barrier. The first layer of consciousness hit her like a plasma storm. I wonder if they know I can bench? Press twice my body weight. Should I tell them about the time I fought 3 guys at once? Nah, they'd think I'm bragging. Oh, this headset is pretty cool. I bet I could build something like this in my garage. Maybe I should ask them about the technical specs. Do they know humans invented nuclear weapons before we even left our planet? That's pretty metal. Zethkara's neural fronds recoiled. The sheer volume of simultaneous thoughts was staggering. Most species maintained orderly, sequential thinking patterns. This human's mind was like a supernova of chaotic brilliance. Fascinating, she murmured, adjusting the filters. The subject maintains multiple concurrent thought processes, proceeding to emotional mapping. The second layer nearly short-circuited her equipment. Damn, I miss Sarah. Hope she's okay back on Earth. Can't wait to see her again. These aliens seem nice, though. I wonder if they have families, too. That blue one looks worried. Should I try to make a joke? No, probably not appropriate. They're being very professional. Respect that. God, I could really go for a cheeseburger. Right now. With bacon. Lots of bacon. The emotional complexity was unlike anything in her databases. Humans experienced love, longing, empathy, and hunger simultaneously, weaving them together into a tapestry that defied logical categorization. But that wasn't the disturbing part. She delved deeper. The third layer revealed something that made her primary heartbeat stutter. If these guys turn out to be hostile, I know at least 14 ways to kill that purple one with the equipment in this room. The blue one would be trickier. Those appendages suggest better reflexes. But if I grabbed that neural probe and used it as a lever to break the support beam, I could bring down part of the ceiling. Create chaos, take them out systematically. Of course, they seem friendly enough. Really hope they're friendly. But if they're not, by the eternal dark, Zethkara whispered. Vorth, are you recording this? The human was simultaneously planning their potential destruction while maintaining genuine affection for them. The duality was terrifying and magnificent. She pushed into the fourth layer, the realm of memory and instinct. Suddenly, Zethkara was drowning in an ocean of human experience. She saw flashes of Marcus's life, learning to walk while barely out of infancy, an astounding display of persistence and determination. She witnessed him at age 7, befriending a child of different appearance despite explicit instructions from adults to avoid their kind. A stunning rejection of tribal programming. She observed him at 16, working 3 jobs to support his sick mother while maintaining academic excellence. But underlying every memory was something that chilled her to her core, an indomitable refusal to surrender. She saw humans throughout their history, climbing mountains that killed them, sailing oceans that swallowed their ships, flying machines that crashed and burned, only to build better ones. She witnessed them facing plague, famine, war, and extinction, responding not with acceptance but with furious innovation. The fifth layer, the deepest consciousness, was where Zethkara made her mistake. Here lay the primal human truth that their species had somehow forgotten to fear. They were persistence hunters, not just physically, but intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. Humans didn't just want to survive, they wanted to understand, to explore, to conquer not through domination but through relentless curiosity and adaptation. Marcus's mind showed her visions that wouldn't leave her alone for the rest of her life. Humans splitting atoms for both energy and weapons. Humans looking at the vast emptiness of space and declaring, "We're going there." Humans staring at diseases that had plagued them for millennia and systematically hunting them to extinction. Humans who, when told something was impossible, responded with, "Hold my beer." And underneath it all, a simple, terrifying truth. Humans regarded the universe, not as a hostile environment to survive, but as a puzzle to solve. "Stop the scan!" Vorth suddenly screeched. "Zethkara, your neural patterns are destabilizing." But it was too late. In that final moment, Zethkara understood what made humans unique among all species in the galaxy. It wasn't their violence, or their intelligence, or their adaptability. It was their absolutely unshakable belief that they belonged wherever they decided to go. Marcus opened his eyes as the headset powered down, grinning that peculiar human expression that somehow managed to be both friendly and predatory. "So, Doc," he said cheerfully, "what did you think? Pretty standard human brain, I'd guess, nothing too exciting." Zethkara stared at him with all 6 eyes, her appendages trembling. In her 3 centuries of research, she had never encountered a species that considered that normal. "Yes," she managed to say, "quite standard." As Marcus was escorted back to his quarters, Zethkara began composing her report to the Galactic Confederation. It would be brief. Recommendation: under no circumstances should humanity be considered for conquest or containment. Alternative recommendation: formal alliance with extensive trade agreements and mutual defense pacts. Addendum: consider expedited membership in Galactic Council. Further addendum: hide this report from the Zixvythian Empire. They're too proud to listen anyway. She paused, then added one final note. Personal observation: I finally understand why they call it humanity. Yeah, I'm just glad they're on our side.